Thanks so much for doing this interview. Could you tell us a little about yourself?
I was born in Rochester, New York, and then I moved to Daytona Beach when I was little. And then I moved around a lot in the country throughout America. Um, I went to the army when I was like 21. Was a lost child before that, like just lost. Then got out of the army in 2009. Then discovered I had, art as a therapy. Then I guess that's it. And I drink coffee a lot.
What was your biggest challenge transitioning out of the military?
Um, God, so much, but I think because as an NCO, as a sergeant, to hear the word no, like was the biggest like challenge, and standing in lines. Like to this day, I can't stand in the line. Like I've stood enough in the military, but I think hearing the word, just hearing different words and like different how people are undisciplined. I feel like in the military, or they are disciplined in the military, but there's just a different type of discipline as a civilian, and as an NCO, you never heard the word no. And if you did hear the word no, you had the right to correct that soldier. And like someone told me no as a civilian, like days coming home, I was just like, it took me like back, like it just had flashbacks of like hearing the word no and correcting a troop. And then, so I would have to like stop myself as a civilian and be like, what did you just say? So I think that's my biggest thing, hearing the word no. And even now, like when I hear the word no, I'm like, well, why can't you get it done? Do it. So I think I have a bad attitude, what it comes down to.
What is your life like today?
Um, it's so weird. Like I won't make my bed because it reminds me too much of being in the military. Like I won't clean up after myself right away because it reminds me of too much being in the military. So everything I do is to like counterattack like being in the military. So my life now is like a lot more messier, it's more chaotic, but at the same time it's more therapeutic, and I'm finding like there's a different like genre of people out there that I'd probably never be friends with. And I'm finding that life can be softer and easier and more um less hard, and I really enjoy that.
What would you say to other women transitioning out of the military?
Don't isolate yourself and connect with other female veterans. It's very important to hang around other female veterans because we're so different once we leave the service. Like we all change. We all like are we step down a notch and we actually look for therapy. And like I know everyone's looking for therapy when they're coming out in some form, and you just have to reconnect with female veterans. Like guy guys are great, but just to reconnect into civilian life, it really helps when you're around other female soldiers, Marines, because we've been there before, and like it's just easier when you have someone to like help you with that transition.
What does Veterans Day mean to you?
Oh God. Well, accepting the fact that I'm a veteran is hard. It took me a while to like realize that I was a veteran, but now that I am a veteran, it's very emotional. So Veterans Day means like a whole bunch of emotional things that I guess I never thought about, but it means a lot of pride, a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of getting my life back together and like being lonely, but also having like a community that I can go to. And for it to be nationally recognized, I feel like it's my job to like educate people as a veteran about veterans, especially because I'm so young. You look at a veteran, you think old man from World War II, but now it's sort of like, no, I'm a young female, and I fought in a war, and I think I just have to educate people on what it is to be a veteran because it took me a while to like realize what it was to be a veteran.